All right. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. My name is Sarah Harvey, and I'm a goal consultant with Team Powerhouse. I wanted to go over creating a quote on VAX and how to put together a package quote on VAX. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Come on. All right, so I went ahead and I'm logged in. Here's the front page on VAX. So with VAX, they have a bunch of there's so much stuff you can do in there, but I'll just go over the main things that you would need to know. Right here to the left, you can go and choose what brand. Apple Vacations is a big one. FunJet is also a big one. Southwest Blue Sky Tours is awesome for Hawaii. And then SeaWorld Vacations if you want to plan that. And then Travel Plus Leisure Go is also a good one. But usually I'll start with Apple Vacations. And then the package type, hotel plus flight. Hotel here is a package for Mexico and Caribbean. Mexico Caribbean, just for transfers, flight plus car. So you could just choose any of the package that you want to do. So we'll go ahead and check off the full package for this. And then you're departing, where you're departing from. So for instance, I'm near BWI, so I'll just use that. And then where you're going to, I would say like St. Thomas. Let's look up St. Thomas. And then right here is where you'll choose how many rooms, how many adults, how many children. If you do put children, you'll have to know their ages. So you always want to make sure you get their ages. Then the depart date, we'll just put, let's try May 9th. How many nights? I'll put 7. And then sometimes they do have promo codes, but most of the time they will come up under once you search for it. You can choose whether you want to add travel protection or not, and then just click on search. This is the longest part. It takes a minute to load. All right, come. Goodness. Okay. All right. So first, your flights are going to come up. You'll click on your outbound flights, and then you'll be able to choose the times and which flights you want them to do for your client. It usually does a auto populate and chooses the best rate for you. But say like right here's the times. It leaves at 6 a.m. and then there's a 3 hour layover. So I mean, I personally wouldn't want that, but so you would go down. Sorry, this is being really slow. Then this one is a 1 hour and 55 minute layover. So you always want to look at the layovers to make sure there's enough time for your client to get from one side of the airport to another, just in case. So I would choose this one since there's a hour layover. And then the first is your basic economy. So you just select that. And then it'll ask you if you want to add where you can choose your seats, or there's a bunch of different ones that they'll say. So it's a big price difference, but this one's not bad. So I'll select that. And that's just to choose your seats. And usually if it's baggage, it'll include baggage as well. And then you'll choose your return flights. And then usually your return flight will usually auto-populate to something similar to your departure. But let's just choose, this one's a 3-hour layover, 3.5-hour layover. Oh, all of them are, it looks like. Oh, here's one. So it'll be your departure time, your arrival time. So I'll just select this one. It really depends on your clients, though. You can ask them if they have a specific time they want to leave, or so that way you know. My computer's really slow right now. And then you'll go to choose your hotel or resort. So you can filter out if you want to. There's the 5 rating for 3 and 2. Usually it'll put their recommendation first, but you can look through different ones. If you click on the resort, you can find out different information about it. And they'll have photos of it. Usually myself, when I go to do a quote, I'll copy these photos that they have and then copy all the information about it. And then you can use Jotform is a very good one that you can create a itinerary one, or also Google Forms is another good one. So you just can look through this stuff. There's special reduced rates, includes breakfast for 2, special rates. There's a bunch of different special rates going on. If you want, you can copy that information for your client too. This tells you everything about the hotel. The policy's transportation is always a good one, so you know how far it is from the airport. And then the amenities, what types of rooms they have. Say that they want like a swim out. A lot of them have the swim outs. These ones are just basic rooms. Let's see, 2 queens. This one has a sitting area. You can just look through all the different ones that they have available and choose which one your client would like. Let me see. I'll just choose this to see. There's a bunch of different ones on this one. Come on. Sorry, usually just lets you select it, but my computer is really slow for some reason. There it goes. All right, and then you can scroll down, and then the features is where you can add on if they want the travel protection. There's also, it depends on where you're going to. Sometimes there are different activities or like the round trip private transportation, one-way departure and transportation, travel protection declined. I'll just choose that. But usually you do want to add travel protection. And then you'll go, sorry, move this. You can go up, and here is the total cost. The base package rate, 7,000. And then it takes off 269. And then right here, pay at destination, you always want to let them know too, if there is a price for pay at destination, their resort costs or hotel cost, resort or hotel costs. And then right here, the booking administration, you can click on, and this tells you how much commission you will make on this booking. You can increase it. Say you get, you spend a lot of time on a quote trying to find the perfect place for your client. you can add, like you can increase it. Say you want to increase it $50, and then you would just hit set commission, and it'll add that to it. See, it changes, and then you just X out of it, and then you will go to email to or print itinerary if this is one that you would like to choose for them. And now I learned the hard way, but you never want to send it directly to your client from VAX, just because if they receive it, it'll say Apple Vacations on there, and they can go directly to them and book it themselves. And I had to learn that. I had a huge booking back when I first started, and it was a big party, and I didn't know. So I sent them this, and they went directly to the supplier and booked themselves. I was so upset. So I learned the hard way, but make sure you don't do that. So I'll just email it to myself, and then hit preview, and then email, and then I'll show you guys how to edit it so that way you can send it to them. So when you get the email, it will look like this. See, it says the supplier information, so that way it'll go directly to them. So what I do is just hit, I will go down and hit forward. And then you can delete, either you can do it this way, or you can create your own itinerary under Google Forms. But you just want to make sure you delete anything to do with the supplier. You delete all this. Delete this. And then if there are any payment options available, it'll tell them how much they need, like the deposit, they would need 500 down, and then they can make payments until March 25th for this one. But then all the information is right on here. The flights, the resort, everything's on there. And then at the bottom, you just want to make sure you write something like, thank you for choosing us, and then write your name. But you just want to make sure nothing is on here about Apple Vacations over here. And then you can forward this to your client. Now let me see if there's what else I can go over. Now, once you send that to them, send the email, you would just go and save the itinerary. And then you can pull it back up on your home page, and then it'll come up. This page will come up, and then if they want to book, you just go to checkout. And then if you need to change anything, you can change everything you need to right here. If you want to add the travel protection, you can also do that here. And then you'll go all the way down, and this is where you'll put in all the information for your clients. You want to make sure all of their names are spelled correctly, just because once it goes to the airport, it's very hard for you to get it changed if you forget their middle name or anything. So you got to make sure you have all of that information ready to go. And then you just add all the client's information, and then you go all the way down and add their credit card information. And then this is when you would make sure you get your credit card authorization form signed, and anything else you needed to get signed. And then you can process it from right here. Any questions so far?
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you were booking a cruise or doing this for a cruise, once you get to the airport, is there like transportation to the port or?
Yes, good question. Most of the time, most of the resorts will provide transportation, or it depends on which cruise line you go through. But most of the time they do have a transportation service though, that's to and from the airport. You just have to make sure, like with this, it'll tell you under the resort information if they have transportation, but with cruises, most of the time, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? And then now say you went to say you just wanted to look around for prices. You can you can go to like Fun Jet Vacations, and then you can um check the same resort to see if you could find something cheaper or like better prices on there. You can check all the different ones. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that you really need to know. There's also trainings, education trainings on here. So if you ever want to go through their training courses, it's great to do. And resources is another good one. Offers. This is the promotion offers that you can find for different locations. That like say you want to do a mock booking and you want to do something, you know, like a good deal. So you can go through here and find different deals, like up to $1,000 dining credit. They always have different deals listed here. Um, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty simple. I love using VAX just because there's so many different options. But anybody else have any questions or anything?
That's like your go-to?
For resorts, yes, I love using VAX for resorts. But for cruises, I usually try to go like go CCL, or depending on what cruise line I want to go with, I'll go directly to them. But for resorts, VAX is awesome. Vacation Express is also another good one for resorts, or Expedia Tap also. But VAX just has a lot more options as far as pack vacation packages.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, I guess if you guys have any questions though, you can always reach out. I would love to help. Here, let me stop recording. Oh, come on.